Hello, Ellie here with my sidekick, Davy. And today I am talking for once about a TV show, but it's a TV show based on a book series. The Summer I Turned Pretty. First, I need to say, I read this book like 7 years ago, and I think I read all 3 books in a week. I got it as like one big 3 books in one trilogy pack thing. So this is actually all 3 books in that trilogy. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. Again, I read this 7 years ago in a week. I will say this show was a long time coming. I believe Jenny Han wrote these books before she wrote To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which was already made into 3 movies. And this is finally a TV show. When I heard this was coming out, I was so excited. I loved that trilogy so much. It just made me so happy. A little old school with your typical girl suddenly being pretty and all of the boys falling all over for her. But it's so cute. If you have not read the book or watched the show yet, do that before you watch this, because I'm about to talk about spoilers and everything. Before that, let me just say it's about a girl who spends every summer with her mom, her mom's best friend, and her children. And she has always had a crush on Conrad, the oldest, but she was always like the goofy, sisterly girl. But then all of a sudden she has contacts and no braces and she is pretty. And people start reacting accordingly. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you have not seen the show or read the book yet, just go away, especially if you haven't seen the show, because again, I read the book 7 years ago, so I'm gonna be talking mostly about the show. Yeah, go watch it. It was really good. It was really good. Okay, bye. Alright, so I watched the whole show in 2 days. I would have watched it in one, but it was like at the very end of my teaching year and I had grades to do and a whole bunch of stuff, so I forced myself to stop watching it, and then I finished the next day. It was so cute. I remembered it enough to know what was going to happen to an extent. Like, I remembered the big events. I remembered the triangle. I remembered about Conrad and Jeremiah's mom. That was pretty much all I remembered. There are a couple things that threw me off a little bit that I think were different. Like, I could have sworn Belly's brother was younger in the book, but that might just be me. And I definitely remember her being like much closer to Jeremiah. Like, I don't remember it being always like the boys were like a threesome and she was off to the side. I could be remembering incorrectly. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in my head, I feel like it was always like Jeremiah and Belly were like always together, being a little twosome. Her brother was the younger. That could be wrong. And then Conrad was like the older brother that she was in love with. But I could be remembering wrong. It was so cute. I loved pretty much everything. Conrad, I feel like, I don't know. Something about Conrad at first seemed a little off. I think it's just that I'm watching this as an adult and I read it in the perspective of a young girl looking at somebody that was older than her and having a crush on somebody older than her. So he was just a little bit more baby-faced than I was expecting. Like, definitely a cutie, but a little bit more baby-faced than I was expecting Conrad to be, the older, wiser brother. I did remember about their mom, so anytime there was anything a little weird going on there, I obviously knew what was going on and I knew that my heart would break. Conrad struggling with that tore my heart out. The fact that he knew, but he wasn't talking to anybody about it. Funny story, by the way. I was just videotaping a different video and I could hear my roommate listening to the end of The Summer I Turned Pretty through the wall. It was funny. I like the development. It just felt very real. Like, her relationship with her best friend felt very real. Like, all of the relationships felt very real. Like, a little cliche, but so cute. Again, this book came out during like the height of triangles. Definitely Team Conrad. I've always been Team Conrad. Again, I've read the whole series though, so I'm coming from a different perspective. I read the whole series. I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen, but I know what's going to happen. There are still a lot of ups and downs to come. I believe, if I remember correctly, the second book takes place like 1 year later, and then the third book takes place like 2 years after that. So there's a bigger jump between books 2 and 3, and there's a reason for that. It might even be like a 3-year jump, but there was definitely a bigger jump between books 2 and 3 than between books 1 and 2. Conrad, cutie patootie, dealing with so much, trying to like help his mom without telling anybody why he's realizing that he needs to help his mom, and struggling with that, but not feeling like he can talk to anybody. Like, talk to somebody. Just talk to your mom. Talk to Belly's mom. Talk to somebody. And then Jeremiah, okay, I'm definitely team Conrad and Belly, but I think Jeremiah is my favorite on a character level. Like, he's just a goofball, and I adore him. He's just fun. I would not want to date him. I would not want my best friend to date him, but I would want to be his friend because he's awesome. I did love the whole, like, I would never go to the ball. I would never, ever, ever go to the ball. I'll go to the ball with Belly. Really, Jer? Really? That's really what, okay. That's a little cliche. And then Conrad being a little jealous that Jeremiah's going with Belly, but he did ask first. His mom had to ruin it by letting her know that she told him to, when he really did want to. He did. That moment, I really loved the way they did the scene with the fireworks, where they are sitting there having their moment. So cute. So cute. You just want them to kiss. Come on. Come on. Bring it out. Bring it out. And then Jeremiah, the firework. What would have happened if it had hit one of them? Like, I was terrified it was going to hit one of them. Like, that would have been very, 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 very bad. And is he going to tell them at some point that he saw them out there and did that? Maybe years later. Not anytime soon. I don't blame him for that one. I do blame him for doing that because he could have actually hurt somebody. But I don't blame him for not telling them why he did it and that he knew they were out there. I guess I was wrong. Steven is older. I don't know why I thought he was younger. Oops. The whole Steven Taylor thing did happen in the books. I completely forgot about that part. I did not care about Steven and Taylor at all. I was all about that triangle. Steven's storyline, his love story was really cute, except when he trailed away for Taylor. Taylor's a little bit of a villain in this, though she's also a really good friend, so wait, like, people have more than one trait, guys. People are not just good or evil. I do love when they're in the lake and they just run away and she's like, yeah, Conrad left you a message and they didn't like it. But then she did just like give the clothes right back. She's like, okay, I can't be that mean. Here you go. It's not her fault. I mean, it wasn't her fault. She got pretty. Boys like her. It is kind of weird that two brothers that have known her for years are both like, we suddenly like her this year. Interesting. It's cute. That's why it's literally called The Summer I Turned Pretty, because she's all of a sudden pretty and all of the boys like her. I do feel bad for Cam. He got the short end of the stick because he was so sweet and so kind and such a little cutie. But she's known these other boys for so long. There's so much history there. You can never compete with history. You can never compete with a years long crush. Though Jeremiah, he got in there for a little bit. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I do actually know what's gonna happen, although there's rumors they could stray away from the books. In an interview with Jenny Han, she apparently said that she would like to explore seasons other than summer, and I'm pretty sure at least the second season was definitely the next summer. So, you never know. Could be different. Could stray from the books. It's also possible they might stray so that they can have a different number of seasons, more than 3. Overall, I loved the show. It was so cute. I'm very excited for season 2. I don't think those of you that have not read it know what's coming if it sticks to the books, because I sure didn't. It is a ride. It is some up and down roller coaster, and I will say, unlike To All the Boys I Loved Before, which should not have been a trilogy, it should have only been 2 books, this one is very good as a trilogy. Very cute. I loved the ride. I kind of want to reread the books now, but I might just stick to the show and wait for the next season to come out, which I'm very excited for. Hopefully it'll be less than a year, but I doubt it. It was renewed for at least season 2 before season 1 came out. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just got really scared first. Before season 1 came out, it was already renewed for season 2. So there will definitely be a second season. I'm hoping for a third because, again, if they stick to the book, it cannot end after season 2, because season 3 is the conclusion. So we need at least 3 seasons. It was just really cute. I watched it like a week ago now, so I'm already kind of blurry. I should have made this video a week ago, but I was very, very busy. The casting, again, Conrad was not quite what I imagined, I think just because of the perspective I was in reading the book versus being an adult watching it. Other than that, I thought the casting was great. Everybody kind of embodied their characters, especially, oh, Belly was such a cutie. I loved Belly. I really liked Belly. And they did a good job of making it so, like, she really is suddenly pretty. Like, it's not that she wasn't a cutie in the past, but like with the braces and the glasses, like it was hidden. Like you can understand why people wouldn't see the beauty as much, even though like it was there. And it wasn't like she still got along with the boys. Like they were still like, oh, my cute little Belly. It just wasn't like, oh, my cute Belly that is suddenly wearing dresses that show that she has now hit puberty and is on the beach talking to boys, and I don't like seeing her talk to boys because I'm the only boy that she should talk to. And one thing that definitely did change is their mom was not planning to do the trial. I'm wondering if that changes the future. I will say I was sobbing. I knew it was coming. I was sobbing through that last episode from the moment that Jeremiah finds out. And like that's a hard scene. Like, okay, so one thing that's interesting is obviously the book is told just from Belly's point of view. So we only see what Belly sees. So she sees, like, if I remember correctly, she like sees things that are a little bit weird, but she has no idea what's going on. But we see Conrad kind of like knowing what's going on, and we see that he knows something's very wrong. We see Belly's mom have her little fling a bit, which was very cute and very nice to see. It also, that part kind of brought in a different audience, which was nice. But in the show, that moment when he is outside reading that email and just sobbing hysterically, I lost it. Absolutely lost it and never got it back. I just cried through the rest of the show. It was hard. Death is hard, guys. I'm gonna cry right now, but I'm not going to actually. Oh, also the stuff between the parents. Whew. Okay. I think that's all I had to talk about. It was really good. If you haven't watched it yet, you shouldn't have watched this whole video, but if you did and you haven't seen it yet, go watch it anyway. I'm probably gonna watch it again because it was so cute and it's worth watching again. Alright, I'm gonna go. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ReaderGonnaRead, just like my YouTube channel, and subscribe by clicking down below or up there. I will talk to you later.